Good morning once again. I welcome you all today for joining this webinar. Thank you, Mr. Pharm, AZ, Dominic. Good morning to you. We have also here Oguntoye, Betty, Foye Adewumi at yahoo.com, Ade from Ottawa. Then we have Rex from Ibadan. So thank you for joining today. Today we'll be talking briefly about new times, new opportunities for retail business. Hopefully this will last for roughly about an hour. I'm expecting the ACPN chairman, who I think is just about joining us any moment from now. Okay, let me just talk briefly about myself. My name is Ogunoiki. I'm a pharmacist by profession. I worked with different companies before joining RxAll. And so currently I'm the head of sales growth for RxAll. As a company, we are motivated to ensure that there's good access to medicine all over Nigeria, especially areas where there's difficulty in having access to quality medicine. That's one of our drives as a company. But I won't want to talk too much about myself, but I will just allow Gboyega that just stepping in right now to do most of the talking. So thank you once again for joining. We look forward to having an awesome session together today. Right. Okay, please, you can introduce yourself to you're welcome for Gboyega.
Thank you.
ACPN chairman of Oyo State, Gboyega Oguntoye.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's a pleasure being here, and thank God for being alive. And it has been God that has been on our side to survive the talk of the moment up to now, and the same God will see us through this pandemic era. Just as the title of the presentation today, the new time and the new opportunity based on the situation of things worldwide now. The COVID-19 pandemic, just like every other pandemic that we have witnessed, like the influenza pandemic of 1980.
Sorry, let me pause a bit. Should I use my phone? Just like. Okay. All right. I will be moving. You can follow the. You can. Just 1 minute. Let me set that up. Please feel free to let us know if you have any challenges hearing us or having visuals, so that we can quickly attend to that. Okay. So Gboyega, you can go on.
Thank you, listener. We are here to talk about what is happening and what everybody is all aware of, and the opportunity we can take out of it. The new time, that's COVID-19. The new opportunity for retail, pharmacy, and private hospitals. Just as I've said earlier on, there's a pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, similar to what we have in 1819, that is the influenza pandemic that infected almost 5 million people worldwide. So also the COVID-19 that we are witnessing now, that as at the figure of yesterday, globally, that's over 5.7 million people have been infected, and the number of confirmed cases globally is about 340,000 deaths as a result of this pandemic. Also here in Nigeria, the first index case came up around maybe 25th of February, and between now and then, just a matter of 3 months interval, we have The recorded number of cases confirmed put together as 8,000 people as at a few days ago. Then the number of deaths recorded from this pandemic here in Nigeria put together is about 280 people confirmed death as a result of this COVID-19. So just as I've said that the pandemic is disastrous and very severe, but nevertheless, there are still good things that can emerge from there. Globally, as a result of impact of this COVID-19, globally, businesses are slowing down. And as a result of this, we have slower revenue, leading to less cash flow, both in the hand of individual, corporate organizations, even and then the countries. Then some businesses were heavily affected. That's such as such company and industry like tourism, hospitality business, then the education sector. For some of us that are current, most of our children in schools have been locked out of school for over 2 months now. And the hope of when it's going to reopen, we are still trusting God that it won't be long. It's part of the impact of this COVID-19. Then talk about the economy. The inflation rate is on the increase. For some of us that are covered with what is happening in global market concerning the exchange rate, we know what the cost, the exchange rate now to naira, and the cost of crude oil there, everything is there. So the inflation rate is also going up. And a lot of companies have to now see means of surviving by cutting down costs and some other unnecessary things for them to remain relevant during and after this COVID-19 pandemic. Also, as a result of this COVID pandemic, the lockdown and other things, we have poor access to medicine and healthcare products due to lockdown, as I've said, and the restriction of movement. Then difficulty for pharmaceutical industry to access raw material and also APIs, because to source these materials, to bring them down for even for the local industry, since the restriction is there, the most country where they source this thing also they are down. So the pharma industry is highly affected, and even the finished product too. Then as a result of the pandemic too, we all know that change of priority have to be there, because during the lockdown or in preparation for the lockdown, and we don't know when the lockdown will be lifted, the coffee area and there, we have to change our priority. Most people have to now, most of the little thing they have on them, have to now prioritize that, okay, food is important, because after food, the other things can follow. So priority of people change to stocking of food, even than the usual quantity, and also procurement of safety material, like hand sanitizers, like disinfectants, like some other things that to keep them alive. So the priority change. So therefore, people have less cash to use for other things. This is one of the impacts of the COVID-19. Also, there's drop in purchasing power of everybody, because since there's less cash flow in the system, purchasing power everybody dropped, and because of that, a lot of things have to be suspended to see that, okay, else at the end of this pandemic, they can still be revisited. You can see what is going on in our banks to visit or even to access your money. For those that have money there, you know what is the rigor and what the stress you need to go through to access the money. For those that have problem with even the online stuff, their ATM and complaint, other things and stuff, their customer services, you know what they are going through. So it's not something that is too easy, and that is why access to bank, access to money, access to cash, even for those that have it, it's also in that. Then there's high tendency for our patient to come up with complications, especially those that would face all these terminal things, blood pressure, diabetes, because of the fact that they don't have access to their medications or hospital facilities. Some of them have to come down with many complications. Some of them are even go to the the world beyond, and some will say some of them are still battling with it, the issue of stroke and other complication of some of these ailments. As part of the impact of the COVID-19 also, some of our medical health workers were also infected, and in the process we lost some of them, so which is a loss to the healthcare industry. So the impact of this COVID-19 cannot be overemphasized. But just as I've said earlier on, we still have to strategize. We still have to prepare ourselves, because the health sector needs to remain. The economic sector needs to remain. Our life will need to be there and be healthy. So there's 5 areas where we really like to talk about that individual, every community pharmacist, and every private hospitals or business owner generally, we need to strategize. One, in the area of disease management, because what we are witnessing now, and so every crisis there must be a response, and our response will be the type that we'll be able to survive and come out of it very strong. Part of the strategies and the area for business to survive this COVID-19, so as to get the benefit therein, is managing our crisis and responding. Thank God we have the laid down rules being set aside by WHO, each state government, federal task force. They put in a lot of guidelines for us to follow. I will encourage all our members and healthcare industry to please let's keep to these guidelines. Washing of hands, the use of face masks within our facilities was the must. Then have this infrared thermometer to screen the temperature of people that are coming closer to us. If anybody or any one of them has any suspicious temperature stuff, be able to guide them and see how such a client can be handled. Then one of the areas through which we can respond to this is also we need to prepare and to have what we can use to disinfect the contaminate some of these our facilities, especially the mostly used, the handle of our doors, the services at close of each day activities, so that our facility will also be safe for use the next day. Then another strategic area is the area of our workforce, because we can't do some of this thing alone. But everybody in the team, in our working team, in our workforce, need to be trained and retrained on the need why we need to follow these laid down rules, on the need to obey some of these things like social distance, physical distance, even while on duty. For the need for them to use some of these face masks and to insist that anybody that is coming in also use them. Then our workforce also need to be strategized in the sense that only those that whose services are very, very essential are allowed to come in. Some people that are supportive staff can also be given some engagement behind the closed door to support what we are doing. By so doing, we have a number of people on duty at a time. Therefore, some of us that also have larger number of staffs, and this time around, we can be running shifts to divide our workforce into units so that they can make best use of their working hour. And at the end of the day, our service will be delivered and delivered in a safety manner. Also, our operation needs to be looked into. Thank God for some of us that are pharmacists. We have a lot of training while in school. We talk about, and when you look at what your license entails, it is not only about dispensing. It is now for us to look inward, how we can strategize our operations, how we can also put some of these skills we learned in school into use. Because based on your license, you are licensed to mix, you are licensed to compound. Then why can't some of us can come up with this idea of extemporaneous preparation, creating the smaller unit in our pharmacy session, in order to provide some of these basic things, because the country nearly run into mess because of hand sanitizer, which I believe as professionals If we are well focused and our setting is well structured, at least in an area we can also exploit to see that we make some of these things available for our clients that are coming in, which are some of them like hand sanitizer, ventilator spirits, of this disinfectant. There are some things we can also do there to see that our operation is expanded as a result of the opportunity. We can utilize the opportunity of this crisis to develop a good SOP so that our operation will be of standard and of safety and of preventive and of good outcome. Also, we have this issue of supply chain opportunity right and there. And the error of have to run from one end to the other to source some of these our drugs and health products is over. As a result of the lockdown, there are channels through which we get some of our material we needed. This area also needs to be built upon, and this supply chain platform should also be utilized further on so that our business will survive and survive well. And that is how we normally talk about the fact that we need to be digitalized, because that is the correct thing now. When you look at the banking industry now, a lot of transaction can be done in-house, and a lot of shopping is going on online purchasing, online payment, online product search. So it's an aspect that we need to also embrace, and it's one of the company we are running this program together, RxDelivered. This is one of the things they do, supply chain. They can make some of these products and drugs and these products available while you are there in your facility. Once you log in into their applications, you can search for the products you need. You will be able to compare the price, and the price competition advantage is there for you to use. So this supply chain platform, through digitalization, I want us also to see that we make good use of it so that our service can be better. Then another area that we need to also strategize is in the area of our finance. The truth must be told that our working capital is seriously affected. For those that know the current price of some of these things, a price that can take a carton before cannot take maybe up to 10 packs now, which is even less than half a carton. But how are we going to stock up? How are we going to meet the needs of our community, various communities and clients? That is where we need to also to look inward, because this pandemic has really opened the eyes of our government, and that is why through the CBN, they start and they discuss on how to give facility head, they call it head loan. So this facility needs to be well utilized, and we should be please let's assess this finance. And also when you assess, because if we don't assess it, when next we are asking for such empowerment from government, they might see it as unserious sector, because this time around they make it available. How well do we utilize it? Then the RxAll that I spoke about, so that you can they run supply chain activities. They also have these facilities that when you log into their platform and you search for the drugs that you need, you see the price, they can give you some credits based on the size of your business. And this credit facility being given to you will enable you to have more funds for other things that you need to use money for, because that's the business of care for humanity can stay. So another area we need to also strategize in this area of the branding. We need also to come up with unique activities that will make us stand out, because if not God, and it has been God that has really helped us. In this country, honestly, the truth must be speaking, we don't really have a system that is working. But thank God for how far we have survived it, and we can take this opportunity also to develop a working standard for us to stand out in our individual facility, so that this standard will be sustained, and whoever that comes into our facility, they will see that, okay, indeed, we know what we are doing, and their own safety is also, we consider their safety, apart from the fact that we are giving them service and they are giving us their payment in return. So we need to improve our branding in the area of our layout. Our layout should be well structured and enough space, and that is why I said the capital we have with all might not be sufficient. But when you see where you can have access to stock of credits, at least let's utilize it and pay them as agreed within the period agreed, so that at least make your money, pay their own money, then the business can go on. As I've explained earlier on concerning all these strategies, then we can also leverage on we can adopt the changing demand of our customers. During this pandemic, we see that the demand, some of the things that people demand for are on the increase, especially the area of preventive medicine, the nutraceuticals, where people want to improve their immunity. And because of that, the demand for some of these antioxidants is on the increase. The demand for some of these disinfectants is also on the increase. The demand for some of these protective material is on the increase. Demand for some of these, like something like infrared thermometer, the error of using, how to use the old type of your armpit and other things gone. So we have to stock based on the need of our individual community and the changes that is happening around us. By so doing, at least our service will be more relevant to the community that we serve. Yeah. So we also have to, as we have such access to workforce, because we just have to exploit the workforce level to help us balance the potential and the need to cut costs. Where right now we need to be more prudent. They need to cut costs. We are not saying it has to be laid off, but at least they should also do what they are being paid for, and also make best use of these staff as based on their capacities and the level of training. So, as I've said earlier on, that I've talked about this personal supply. So the area to exploit now, having explained the 5 strategic areas. Now, area to exploit out of this: 1, digitalization. Because except we want to deceive ourselves, the world is going digital. Most of the services and activities are going digital. So the high time that we in the pharma industry, especially the community pharmacy, we should also be digitalized. And the first thing first is that we should have the data of our clients. If you have their data, you have their contacts, and then through the social media, you can reach them. Through the social media, there's a lot of conversation, consultation, advisory service you can render. So it is not all of them that might have to rush to our facility in order to save control the number of crowd that we have, in order to be able to monitor the area of social distance. Like people get this issue of telemedicine. It's something that has really helped. Assuming if a template like this has not been on, most of the people during this pandemic, the telemedicine is there, where there's no need for physical contact to assess patient for pharmaceutical and medical needs. And so, as I've said, get our data right, the data of some of our clients, so that we can also use some of these social media platforms like video call, WhatsApp, phone call, and all other social media handles to reach them, so that it's only those that are very essential to come to visit the facility that we come, and as many that we also can also send forth our service to them where they are, at least to be good for our activities. If somebody like Foodco can be advertising that they can deliver all these their products at home, why not? Why not? We all need to step up our practice, and that is why the telemedicine, digitalization, use of social media handle, we need to embrace it. We need to use it and let it help us business to survive. electronic procurement, electronic payment. We need to also embrace this opportunity. Pharmacies now have opportunity to place order for product online, and they get delivered. You don't have to leave your premise, because nowadays most of the time we spend looking for one product or the other consumes a lot out of us. But with this issue of electronic procurement platform, the one being put together by RxAll, please, my member and our people in cooperative and retail pharmacy and private hospital, let us embrace this electronic procurement platform. So you can stay there in the comfort of your room, your house, and your facility, place your order, and the order will be delivered to you. And through that, at least competitive price, because before you place the order, you know the price what you are getting. You want to ration and to manage the cash you have with you. And also, if you do it well, I told you earlier that credit facility is also available. They can give you goods worth, stock worth 200,000 to use it for within 30 days. Then through which the payment, and when you are okay with it and you do well, you can increase it as time goes on. So if you have that one available, let's utilize it. That is the platform of electronic procurement. Then adaptation to the change in demand. As said, we need to stock based on what our community needs. We need, because we have limited cash now, we need to stock something that will go out of our shelf in a short while and be able to replenish, and the cash flow will be sustained. Also, another area to exploit, as I've said earlier, is the financial area. And in this area, we need to also identify financial and operational levers to conserve and generate cash. You see somebody that can give you credit facility, please let's use it. And while using it, you should also be professional and honorable as we ought to.
Okay.
So thank you. So we need to, sorry.
Okay, maybe let me take it out from there for Oguntoye. Okay, areas to explore, other areas for us to be visible during the period, reach out to new markets, and also make advertisement. Let's be visible, be available for people to reach, and also explore new markets at this point in time. And apart from that, I think you also talked about developing database, which is also very critical and very crucial. It needs to have the contact with your clients, have an history of their conversation and their engagement with you, so that you can develop or take it from the last point of contact. So if there's a database for your customer, you can really reach them, you can even leverage it even for the medicine that area. And lastly, there's a need to strategize to emerge stronger after the post-COVID-19. There's a need to plan. There's a need to stand out. There's a need to leverage digital transformation. There's a need to look at areas where services can be improved, where operation can be improved. If they need to develop the IT, you can spend, invest on IT infrastructure, workplace planning, and digital upskilling. These are vital areas where it should be of interest to explore and then invest in. I think. Okay, I think just before the last slide, is talking also the responsibility of the government and the private sector. I don't know if I should help you or you are ready to continue. Okay, let me just allow you.
Thank you. So the call to action, just as we have earlier explained, there's always opportunity in every situation. And the opportunity that this pandemic has brought to us doorstep should be well utilized. In the area of call for actions,
we need to appeal to our government and people that are involved in the policy formulations. Because if not God, just as I've said earlier, nothing, they don't have anything serious on ground to meet the need, the challenges of pandemic and for area of health crisis. So our government and people that are involved in policy formulation should please see that the formulation, all these are policies on health are those that are supportive to the personnel, the healthcare providers, and also our laws need to be enforced so that everybody in the health industry, we are going to focus on our area of training to help the larger society. The standard of our facility need to be enforced, and also the area of digitalization and technology platform. The government should emphasize it and see that most of our things are done in a way that can easily be assessed and in a way that can easily be traced. Thereof, have to need to keep a lot of papers and files to get some of these vital information is over. The government policy also to support our local industry, because we don't have, consider depending on only products from outside. You all know what happened during this crisis. Every nation have to face their own citizen. Where we are going to run to? So the government policies to support the pharma industry and also our farmers or any other area, our researchers. Say understand the research institute and some of their findings. Governments will also support it so that it will end up getting to finished stage whereby we can use it. A country like Nigeria up to now take the rubber preparation from a neighboring country. No. As giants of Africa, we need to be giants in all aspects. So please, our government needs to do the needful. And also concerning the private sector reform, please, we need to also standardize our practice and also plan for expansion so that from this stage to the next stage, this stage to the next stage, so that our service can last long and also be beneficial to everybody. Also concerning the government, please, our government should not see the private health sector as a business entity. And in this area of our levies, fine, and taxes, we shouldn't be taxed as a common trader, because when you look at the product in use and the nature of the service, care first. And when this thing has to be there and we are not being supported financially, and everybody people still have to struggle to put some of these things in place, at least our levy and our taxes should be reasonable, so that we are not going to be levied out of surviving rate for us to still be giving our service to humanity. These are some of the areas I want us to look into after now, especially the government and people that are involved in policy formulation. Thank you.
So thank you very much for this awesome presentation. Thank you for being available today and being available for our audience. So, okay, I'm trying to read feedback. Somebody said network is breaking. I don't know if that is general. Okay. Thank you once again for Oguntoye. So I will just take a little moment to just talk briefly about RxAll and where we come in with respect to all that we have shared today. There are several opportunities that you talked about that retail pharmacies can benefit from. We talked about the 5.5 strategies for businesses to leverage. We talked about the financing, we talked about the drug supply chain, and some other important strategies and steps that they can actually take at this point in time. But where we come in, as a business, there are lots that retail businesses, private hospitals stand to gain from leveraging on what RxAll currently provide. There's a peculiar product called Rx Delivered. Rx Delivered is an online platform that allows retail pharmacies, private hospitals to place their order online. So they don't have to leave their premise any longer. They can just register on the site, log onto the website, and then place their orders online. They can see the products. They have information about. Okay. Hello. Okay. Yeah. Sorry for the internet glitch. I think I'm back. Okay. Sorry, the internet just logged me out, but I cannot see nor hear you. Please, can I get feedback? Can we hear currently? Can we see pictures? Can we see images before I go on? Okay. Before the break in the transmission, I was talking about what we offer as a company. Okay, good. Thank you very much. So I can be, people can now hear me. Yeah, I was talking about what we offer as a company. I talked about the platform of Delivered, and for Rx Delivered, an online platform that allows retail pharmacies to place order for their pharmaceutical products online. So it allows pharmacies and hospitals to buy products from registered wholesalers, and we also work with pharma companies, but currently we have some wholesalers that are platform. So retailers can buy the price that they will get it. Well, if they have the premise or the shop of the wholesaler. Apart from that, too, we also provide delivery service. So once those orders are placed, we can also ensure that. So let me just share my screen. Ensure that products are delivered. Products are delivered to the buyers. Okay, so what can people like access to interest-free financing? So anybody that registers on our platform, that use our platform, will have access to those products. They can either pay, opportunity for them to buy and pay. They can have access to credit where they get those products and they run the product for about 3 weeks. They sell. Once they sell, they make their profit, keep the profit, pay us back the amount for the goods, cost for the goods that was supplied. Thank you very much. And we expect that if that cycle goes on, then everybody is happy, and then we can also give a lot of trust about them, and then we can increase capacity that we're giving out to them. So for us, I'm not given you have competitive pricing, you can increase your margin, so better profit to be made by the retail businesses and private hospitals and retail pharmacies. We provide delivery of goods, and also there's a goodwill that we carry about. One thing we are known for is authentication and is quality. As a brand, that is one of our key brand identity, that we are known for quality, and that is one thing that can also rub off on all our potential register with us. So how does it work? Just log on to www.rxalldelivered.com. Follow the simple steps to sign up on that platform. Once we are done, get a soft copy of your premise license and pharmacist license for retail pharmacy and send to the email that is displayed on the screen, akin.ogunoiki@rxall.net. And on that platform, You can now click on shops to select where to buy from. You see the wholesalers and shops well displayed, well advertised on our platform. From there, you can make your orders and select preferred time for delivery. And the products will definitely be delivered to you wherever you are in Ibadan. Currently, we are operating in Ibadan, and we soon expand to Lagos. So the same service was provided to our Lagos interested customers. So if you are joining me from Lagos, just hold on for us. We are coming for you very, very soon. I'm promising that. Okay. You can also sell your products and pay back on our platform through PayPal, Paystack, through debit cards, and you can also do your online transfers. All those options are available for payment on our platform. And we expect that if you are taking credit from us, you pay back in 3 weeks. Before the end of the month, payment is cleared, and then my own cycle all over again. I won't want to bore us because I've taken a lot of your time, but I'm just trying to use this to illustrate what we can do together, how we can grow together. Our interest is in growth for retail pharmacies. So if we have a pharmacy that decides to register today, let's imagine that this is the end of the month, registers today, now decide to take a sales facility of about 20,000 naira. Let's start with that. Then let me do that for quarter one. The business sells the product, pays back before the end of. Okay, please. I'm saying that can see slide. Okay, we can see slides now. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I was talking about the plan. Okay. Yeah, once I'm done, I'll get back to the camera. So, like I was saying, after the first quarter, for customers that are credible, we double the capacity that we gave them, so they can now access 20,000 naira. If they do this for the next 3 months and they do not default, they pay when they're supposed to pay, the value goes up to 800,000 naira, and that's how we grow our customers. That is the work, that's the plan that we have to invest in retail business in Nigeria, and we experience growth together. And I think this is a perfect plan for anybody that wants to, at this point in time, where we have talked about the need for identifying financial leverage. So that's the plan that RxAll has for retail businesses. Especially in Oyo State, now that we are in Oyo, we are hopeful that retail pharmacies will be able to leverage this opportunity, take this chance, and then use it to free up cash for themselves, improve their cash flow, and develop their business, experience growth with the business that they currently run. Exactly. So I will end by saying that what are the requirements? We expect that for anybody to access this fund, it is open for anybody to use, any professional to use currently. Once you have your previous license and pharmacist license, but that's if you are paying cash immediately. But for people that want to access the credit, we expect them to fill the KYC form for us to know them, a copy of the national ID card, and a letter of reference from ACPN. I'm glad that you are here today and you are familiar with plans with our operations. So if maybe we have peradventure, we have such pharmacy requesting for, and maybe they have good standing with their organization, with the association, we would appreciate if we get letters from them. So that's briefly for my end. Just talk briefly about what we provide as a company, RxAll. So at this point, I think I will open up the lines for people to respond, ask questions, if there are areas where they would like to. Yeah. Okay. So the next 10 minutes will be allowed for questions and comments, concerns before we round up. I hope it has been impactful. I hope we've learned. I hope we've been able to identify areas where we can improve our current practice and make things better for us. Yeah, I can see some new people that just joined. Ayodeji, Oroku, Amida Atere, yeah, we met yesterday. Nice having you here. Pharmacies, Dominic, thank you for staying glued till now. Okay, somebody said I heard about Alex Prime. Thank you very much. Alex Prime is a new product that we also just launched. Okay, it's specific for our cash customers. Our cash customers that we expect that once they buy a product, they pay immediately. We are offering them 8% discount. 8%. That is massive. So once they read their order, we give 8% discount. But we have some conditions. We expect that the order should be within just worth of 200,000 naira for the month, because we want to have access to a lot of people. We don't just want somebody to just make 2 million, take all the take all the discount. So it's open to just 100 customers in Ibadan. So they have opportunity to raise an order of what 200,000 naira once as a single order for the month. Then the discount they pay immediately, either through transfer, either through PayPal, either through all the means, either debit card, all the ways of placing our making payments. So they can make payments through that way. Most of the things that they get up to 8% discounts, and they expected to do it for 3 months. It starts from June. So people that are interested should show their interest, because once we hit 100 mark, we will not allow another person to do again. So we're only allowing only 100 customers. Only 100 customers. The first 100 customers that shows interest will be registered. So they will just fill a form. You're interested? Okay, somebody's already interested. Please, interested. Okay, yes. Somebody's already interested. So I've noted that. We will talk after. From Nelson. Okay, yes. Okay, those are online. Okay, good. So if you're interested, please just drop your comment. Let us know so that we can get in touch with you. Only 100 customers permitted for now. Once they are supposed to buy in June, buy in July, and then August. At the end of August, we may have to review if we want to continue or not. So, but for now, it's only for those 3 months: June, July, August. 8% discount on total value. Yes. Okay. Okay, good. I know you're your people. You know them. You know them. Okay. Any further question? Let me see if I have any question from here. Okay. It seems as if I don't have any further question. But please, if you are finding it difficult to contact me, or please, you can just send it a chat. I'm going to respond. In the next 5 minutes, we should be rounding this up. If you need clarification, any form of clarification, please just notify before we round up today's webinar. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate everyone that stayed, even though we apologize for the glitch here and there. I think 2 times the internet went off. We hope that one day in Nigeria we'll be able to enjoy stable power, stable internet facility. We won't have to meet one-on-one again. Zoom meeting. Well, I think it we have almost everybody. We have tested. We want to explore and use this medium right now. Let's come to stay. So, if we are not having any question, I think we can just call it a day for today. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you once again, Pharmacies, Dominic. Thank you, BC Ojo, Nelson Okuma, Ayodeji Oro Koton, Ade, and people that have already left. Okay, some people are typing. I think let me just allow them to type. I can see Ayodeji typing. I can see Pharmacies typing. Okay, thanks for much, Pharmacies, Dominic. Okay. Ayodeji is also typing. Maybe there's a question. Let me just pause a bit before we. Yeah. I can't see. I think I don't have any other further comment. You can just wrap it up today. Thank you once again. I think it's time to just call it a day. Thank you, Pharm, Gboyega, for coming around.
Thank you. Okay. I believe my members will embrace this opportunity being offered by RxAll and most of our other meetings and platforms. We are going to talk about it and to see that the platform is well utilized. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. I also want to appreciate you because we are seeing your effort, we are seeing the work you are doing. We are seeing your banners at most times as you walk around the streets. As we visit all the retail pharmacies, we see SCPN banners talking about people should take care of themselves, wash their hands, and not those COVID.
We have to do that to say that people that are coming to our facility also they comply with the government directive to save themselves, to save us, and to save our practice. So it's part of the thing we need to do for our members. We don't want a situation where the contact tracing involve our facilities. And in order to reduce that, that's the essence of giving our members banner to put on their door. Everybody that is coming in, having welcomed them, let's do the following thing before coming. And we also told our members even you can even provide face masks. For example, a customer that is coming and doesn't have, can give them something to cover their face when they are within. So it's part of serving we need to social responsibility. We are going to do that to say that we serve humanity well and stay safe and let the country be safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Have a blessed day.